So today I'm in Ellershouse, and we're just going to go in and explore this beautiful church. Ellershouse at one time was just maple trees all the way down, and you can see they had maple trees and a sidewalk in between the maple trees, and then they had maple trees on both sides of the road. Pretty amazing community. This church is awesome. It's a little cool here today. I think last night it was like 21 below here. But I think right now it's only about -6. And pretty cool doors here on the church. You got a fire going on in here, John?
Yes,
I don't want to be cold.
Yeah, nice and cozy in here.
Yeah.
So I got Dave Blanchard here, showing me around and giving me a little history. It's a big church.
Yeah.
Really, really big church.
Well, this has been its normal size, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the church started out what denomination?
I'm Lutheran.
Okay.
For the Lutheran, Ellershouse was Lutheran.
Yeah.
It was started out, and then I guess that back in even his day, he gave permission and everything for the Church of England and Anglicans or Presbyterian.
So anybody could basically come in here
Oh, yeah.
and practice their own denomination.
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And with the way things were then, well, there's a lot more people going to church then than what there is today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because as you can see, the pews used to come right back to here.
Yeah. It's big.
Well, there's a lot of them on the outside there now.
Yeah. So we're talking. It must be. It must be. The church must be almost 70 feet long, I think. So.
Church is 60 feet long.
60.
One to the other.
Okay.
60 feet by 30.
Yeah.
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 So it was, I guess back in those days. Oh, I remember when back when I was a kid, we used to have to come to Sunday school, that was it. And then you had to come, you basically were told you're going to go to church too, whether you liked it or not.
Yeah. So you're saying that all the people in the community, they would all come in,
Yep.
and they would sit down, and
Yep.
then I always say Ellershouse, but
you mean that part? Well, yeah, back in Ellershouse days, the congregation from the community would come in, and when the Ellershousens, when they came to church, they used to come in the back, that door down there, it has the exit sign on it.
Yeah, right in the front edge of the church here.
And that was their door. They would drive up there in their horse and buggy and get out, and the pews that they sat in were over on this side here. And they would walk across in front of the congregation, and as they walked across in front of them, the congregation would stand up. And when they sat down, the rest of the congregation sat down.
Right on.
And that's the way that's the story that I've read, and
Yeah.
I guess that's what was
How it worked.
How it worked.
Yeah.
And but he had built, when he built the church here, they were even then they were hooked up with St. Croix, and with their ministers.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah.
And there is records here, basically who the ministers were back then too.
Yeah.
Going back to 1900s.
So what about the church today? Now, what's going on with the church today?
Well, the church today, because of the last ones that were, it's been the United Church of Canada they were the main body that was using the church.
Yeah.
And our congregation has got that small that it just about dwindled down, and we amalgamated here with St. Croix and Ardois.
Okay.
And basically we have our services now. We go to the church in St. Croix. And this church here, which is not owned by the church, it's owned by the community. And so we've just finished the process now of getting this transferred over, that it's all coming under the same body as the community hall. The community hall, this church, the cemetery, and the monument down by the railroad track,
Right,
down by
yeah.
the post office. They will all be under the umbrella now, basically, of the Ellershouse Community Hall.
Right on.
And so the way it goes, the same people that are looking after the church that are looking after the hall. So
Yeah.
might as well put them all in one bin.
Yeah. Well, good
But,
good community spirit here. I've been here for a few breakfasts, and
Yeah, and we can hopefully we can get some uses, some good uses. We've used this a few times. We had as you can see, the
well,
decorations.
that's the thing. We're still set up for Christmas here.
They're still set up.
Yeah.
We had a Christmas do here, and had a night of music and everything.
Yep.
And then this past summer, we had a gazebo. We built this gazebo outside
Beautiful
here.
out there. Yeah.
And we've got a park built now on the outside, and benches, and it's cleared up and everything. And a lot of work's been put into that by volunteers around here.
Yeah.
And planting the gardens and flower gardens and whatnot around it. So hopefully we can keep that up, or the other ones coming in our footsteps can.
Let's go for a drive. Take a look at this community.
Yeah, okay then.
Okay, John, we're gonna get that car warmed up.
Get my toque on here.